Alright, now that we have learned anything about correcting the spaces that were created in our project, we want to start talking about the floor. Just like I've told you before at the beginning of our work, our levels are structural levels, or we can say the top of the slab. And if you remember, I said that the floors must be always 10 centimeters above. Now I want to draw it for you in one of the levels so that you can see. So I should go to this level. And in this part of the project, I need to draw my levels. Everywhere that my slab levels are 10 centimeters above. Alright? You can either do it one by one or you can copy these levels and then say 10 centimeters above. Yeah? Let me magnify it a bit. And it's just temporary. I will get it back. .25. Now I want to drag this one a bit that way so that I can see them separated. But as you can see, they both are dragged. So I should unlock this and then drag it. And here we have the same thing. And when you drag it, it must be the same direction as the one beneath it. We should repeat this until top. And we have talked about the names too. Now I just write an A in front of it not to waste time, so that I can know this is an architecture level. But you need to do it in the right way, the right names that are standard. Now I need to add them to this list in here. So I go to floor plan. I add them all, but for now let me add these two that I wrote names for. And now these two are our architecture levels. Then I go to level 1. Now as you can see, this is 10 centimeters above, so I change this one to fine. Now what should we do? Now we should design an architecture floor. With what thickness? 10 centimeters. Now the space between our levels is 10 centimeters. You cannot change it now and say, no, 50 centimeters. No, you have 10 centimeters. Unless you change these, you can do it. But then your whole project will change. Now I want to design a model for you like the walls, as you remember. Edit type, duplicate. Now a name based on the standards for the floor. RVT hashtag, and this is the first type we're designing, which is F01. Another hashtag, and it's going to be used as a finish, so I write finish, hashtag, and the whole thickness, 100 millimeters, hashtag, the material, for example, stone, and then OK. Now, if you like, you can also show the mortar, you need to click on edit and then create 2 layers. This one should go up as a stone and a finish. Finish 1, 5 centimeters, and 5 centimeters is the substrate. Stone, I already have it, and this one is mortar that I should duplicate now. And this is the mortar, and then I will remove the surface pattern and a color. Now an important point, a very important point. We do not consider a surface pattern for the material of the floors. Because when you go to the plan, patterns are like everywhere. I repeat it because it's important. The material of the floors that can be seen do not get a surface pattern. Not even a cut pattern, nothing. So I come here, and now this stone was already used in the wall. Now we want to use it in the floor. So I have to duplicate. And if I remove the surface pattern of it, it will be removed in the walls too. So I duplicate it and say stone flooring. To be clear, it's for the floor. Alright, don't forget, no patterns for the floor. Now here's the 2-layer floor. Now, where should I start drawing it? From behind the finish. Now, someone says, no, it must be from the structure. Okay, you draw it from the structure. It's not different. Everywhere you want. This is just more common. You can select the line or even the pick lines, both of them. And if you remember, pick walls was smart and it selected the core boundaries, if you remember, but the pick line does not do it. It just selects everything. If you click on tab, it selects it. It selects all. But we want this one, so I click on it by pick line. And after that, I trim the extra lines. When you finish drawing the floor, you need to click on finish. It's important. And it should be done for each space. You cannot say that, okay, the next space is the same thing. Let me draw it all together and then I will click on finish. It's not possible. Each space, each object of that space has a special code. Every space you draw, you stop drawing, click on finish. Alright? Now this is it, the flooring. You see where the levels are? Now let's go to the next space. You go to the floor and you can also open a rectangle. Let me do this. Finish. Well, you are not allowed to pass under the walls. I mean like this, because it doesn't pass from into the walls, you know. You cannot even draw these spaces and then click on finish, you know, not like this. These are not good things to be done. Now you might not even notice it. And when you send your project to big companies, you think it's okay, but they suddenly say, oh, what is this? It's so bad. And say a lot more bad things about it. And then they draw it all again. When you start practicing, you will see the message of unjoin a lot. Don't pay attention. This message means the walls are getting disconnected. Don't care about it. Click on unjoin. Don't cancel it. So every time you see unjoin message, click on unjoin, not cancel. And I hope you can do well. So good luck.